Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Today I will present my essay assignment for SMA 2033 A252. The assignment consists of two main questions. So I Muhammad AKMAL and my student ID is 1240849. So for the question one, a loan amortization schedule for AMI and Sarah first time home buyer financial package, including the evaluation of extra repayment to shorten the loan drop. And question two is a capital investment appraisal comparing project series and project recovery using IRR, NPV, and payback period analysis. So the key feature of my model is that it is fully dynamic and change in inputs automatically updates all schedule and recommendation. Let me walk you through my SL model. So let me show you my input text, the control center of my entire model. So for question one, I have the key input principle. Three, like the question give, annual interest rate, the terms, repayment holidays, and maximum extra repayment. So below this, I have calculated the derived values. So monthly interest rate, we can use this formula. 1 plus annual rate, power of 1 per 12 minus 1. So for the total terms, we get this. The total term multiplied with 12, interest only. Full payment period, 300 to 4 months. And the balance at month 6 after the repayment holiday and the monthly installment calculated using the PMT function. For the monthly installment, we get the monthly installment is 1,620.80 cents. So now we look at firstly we look at the amortization schedule. So for this amortization schedule, so I have structured this schedule with period, which is months, payment amount, interest paid, principal repaid, and outstanding balance. So first we look at the months period. I use this formula starting from 0. And for the payment amount, and to explain, the loan has 3 distinct phases, which is months 0 to 6, which is the repayment holiday, and the payment is 0, and the interest accrues and is added to the balance. And for the month 7 to 36, the interest only period, which is the payment equal to interest amount only, and this principal balance remains unchanged. So for the next month 37 to 316, it will be the full amortization. So equally monthly installment and balance reduced to 0 by month 316. So I will show the formula for each column. So I use for the payment, if so if the months below less than or equal the holiday, which is 6 months, it will be 0. So if the months below less than or equal the holiday plus interest only, which is 6 plus 30, 36, it will be the interest paid, or other than that, it will be the monthly payment. So we can see at the end of the 316, sorry, it will be 0. So what if I change in the input step? So let's say the annual interest rate, it will be the 5%. All the data will be changed and the monthly interest rate will be changed. And what if we change the 30 years term to the 50 years, and the total term will be changed also. So let's see at the amortization schedule tab. So all the data will be changed. For the payment amount, monthly installment will be changed also to, and the data will be at 600. The balance is 0 at 600 months. Okay, now I will show you the extra payment scenario. So this table has the same structure as the original schedule, but with the additional column for extra payment. So extra payment has rules. So firstly, only one extra payment per year and start from the year 2. So maximum is equal to 10% like the question tell us. So let's look of the formula of extra payment. This formula, The formula check if it's the first month of the year and if the year is 2 or greater. If so, it's apply the extra payment, which is the minimum of 10% of the balance or the balance is F. So let's look at the end of the payment. So at the row 148, which is the 146 months, the payment will be 0. So this means Ahmed and Sarah can pay off their 13 years loan in just 12 years and 2 months. So we look at the inputs. Inputs in the below this, we can see the minimum term is 146 months. And I just show you in the exact years. So we can know the 20 years and 2 months. We can use this formula. Okay. So what if I change the maximum extra payment to 12%? So the minimum term will be changed also. Okay, that's all for question 1. So for the question 2, we evaluated 2 investment project. So firstly, we look at the inputs. So the question give us the target rate of return 4.5%. So below that, I have used this table to evaluate the each week of criteria like RRR. We just assume it's 1, and PV week, we assume it's 2, because in the real life, the most important criteria is NPV to know if the project we can invest or not. So, and the payback, we just assume is 1, and investment week is 1. So let's look at the question 2 project. So I show you I enter all the cash flow from year 0 to year 25. So it start for the project 3, the initial value, like the question give us, the data give us. So both initial investment are negative because they represent the cash outflow. So for the discount factor, I use this formula, and the target rate, the question give us 4.5%. And for the present value, discounted cash flow for SERI, we just multiply the discount factor with the discount factor with the cash flow of the first year for the first cash flow. And we get, and for the cumulative discount cash flow, I use this to sum all the cumulative discount. I split at each year discounted cash flow to the previous total. So let me show the result of this project comparison result. So for initial investment, project series, and look, project series is negative 500,000 we get, and project recovery is negative 1 million. So for IRR, we get project series 9.18436%, and project recovery 1.63677%. So the formula, we just use the IRR function and substitute all the cash flow for each project, and we get this. So for NPV, we use the function of NPV and just substitute the year-end cash flow for each project, and we get this. Project series is 568,373.63 cents. Project recovery 485,516 ringgit 0.15 cents. And for payback period, we use formula. For this formula, I use the match and index. So this function to find the first year where cumulative discount cash flow become positive. Then interpolate to find the exact payback period. So let's look at the recommendation analysis. So for this is the crucial part to determine which project we can invest. So let's look at the project series and project recovery. For the IRR, we know the project recovery is more than project series. So the winner is project recovery. We take is 1 point, and NPV. And we know the NPV for project series is more than project recovery. So winner is series. we take it as 2 point because in the real life, MPV is the most important criteria. For the payback, project Bakabali lower payback years than project Seri, which is good. So Bakabali is winner. We take this as 1 point. And the investment, project Seri lower initial investment than project Bakabali, and which is good. So the Seri is winner. So to sum all the criteria, we know at the final winner is Seri. So for my final recommendation, the decision is we can invest in project Seri because what? The project Seri is recommended because it maximizes wealth and has a NPV of RM 488,373 ringgit 0.63 and IRR of 9.18%, which safely exceed targeted rate 4.5% and achieve discounted capital recovery within 6.16 years, which creates more shareholders. So let's look at the explanation. So the IRR is weighted as 1 point. So we know the Bakawali is IRR is exceed the Seri and NPV is weighted as 2 point because what? The NPV, the higher NPV means more wealth for shareholders. So we just assume the NPV is weighted as 2 point. So we know the series NPV is more than Bakawali and payback period is weighted as 1. Bakawali payback period is faster than Seri payback period and the initial investment is weighted as 1 point. So Seri initial investment lower than Bakawali initial investment, meaning less capital commitment and risk. So final decision, we can just assume we know that we can invest in project Seri because it won most of the criteria 3-2. So let's look at the input types. So what if we change the target rate return of 5%, 5%, and just let's assume if we just want to use the IRR, MPV, and payback week, and just ignore the initial investment, and we just assume all the criteria is have same value. So we can get the target rate of return will be 5%. So the discount factor will change, and the payback period will change also because of investment is no longer needed. We just assume it will be zero, and so we don't calculate the investment criteria. So we know the final winner is Bakabali because it has one. We just don't see. Let's we just ignore the importance of MPV. But what if the all the criteria is calculated? So because of that, it will be tie because Bakabali winner for IRR and Seri winner. Bakabali winner for IRR and payback, and Seri is winner of MPV and initial investment. For the decision will be tight, the further analysis needed, and we just can know which project we want. So in the question, we just assume the no needed for initial investment criteria, and just MPV is 2 because it's the most important. Okay. Okay. Yes, this. Okay, thank you. So for the summary, for the question 1, we know the monthly installment we get is 1,602.83 cents. And the minimum term with the extra payment, we know they will pay all the loan in the month of 146. Okay, for the question 2 summary, project that we select is project Seri. That's all. So to conclude the presentation, for the question 1, loan amortization, and Sarah can achieve significant saving by making extra repayment. Their 30-year loan can be reduced to just 12 years and 2 months, saving them in interest payment. So this demonstrated the power of making additional principal payment. So for the question 2, based on my analysis, I recommend project series because it has higher MPV, that creates more shareholder value, and the lower investment, only 500,000 ringgit. So the weighted advantage is win 3 out of 5 criteria. Wins 3 of 2, 3 out of 5, with NPV being the most important. So that's all.